Democrats playing a bit of defense over the weekend on Obamacare, and for good reason, too. I want to bring in Kirsten Powers, writer for Daily Beast, Katie Pavlich, editor of townhall.com. Both are Fox News contributors. Ladies, good morning to you.
Good morning.
All right, two clips here from Nancy Pelosi. First, from March of 2010, just before Obamacare was passed.
But we have to pass the bill so that you can find out what is in it, away from the fog of the controversy.
All right, 2 weeks later, it was passed into law. She was challenged on that over the weekend at Meet the Press. Here is her answer to that specifically.
I stand by what I said there. Yeah, when people see what is in the bill, they will like it, and they will. And so while there's a lot of hoop-de-doo and ado about what's happening now, very appropriate. I'm not criticizing. I'm saying it took a great deal for us to pass this bill. I said if we go up to the gate and the gate is locked, we'll unlock the gate. If we can't do that, we'll climb the fence. If the fence is too high, we'll pole vault in. If we can't do that, we'll helicopter in, but we'll get it done.
And then the answer went on from there. Katie, is this a redo? And what did you make of the former speaker there?
Yeah, I don't think Nancy Pelosi learned the law of holes. When you're in one, stop digging. She keeps repeating this line that once people know what's in Obamacare, they're going to like it. Once again, saying the government knows best. Well, people are seeing their plans canceled. They're seeing that they're being forced to buy coverage that they don't need, and they actually don't like it. And so she can stand by that and say whatever she wants about, you know, the justification for it. But the fact is that now we're seeing what's in it, and she's actually being a little bit dishonest about what's in the bill when it comes to how people were supposed to be keeping their plans.
Kirsten, is she being dishonest? Is this revisionary now?
I'm just a little caught up on hoop-de-doo. So, I think that's
It wasn't just hoop-de-doo. There's a lot of hoop-de-doo and ado about what's happening out.
Yeah. Look, people are in really bad straits, actually. So to sort of write it off to this sort of hoop-de-doo when you have people who are seeing their premiums double and triple to the point that they will have to make choices between whether or not they're going to pay their mortgage or get health insurance. This is a pretty serious issue. So I do think, look, there are some people who like Obamacare. I'm sure the people who are getting subsidies will like it once they can finally get on the website, and there are people who are saying that their premiums are going down, but there are a lot of people who are having the opposite experience and who were promised that they were going to be able to keep their plans.
To Katie's point, was she dishonest in her reaction?
Well, it wasn't necessarily dishonest. It was just minimizing the reality that there are a lot of people who are unhappy, and I think the approach of the Democrats has been to sort of say, well, that's just a small group of people. More people are going to be happy than unhappy, but you can't write off millions of people who are having an experience.
I tell you how I heard it. I heard it like, hey, you should have known this. Mm-hmm. It was in the law. It was there, almost like it was obvious, and the joke's on you if you didn't figure it out. That's kind of what I heard in that interview.
Yeah, well, she's, to go back to the dishonest point, she's revising it. So also in that interview, she kept trying to say, well, we were talking about plans pre-2010. We were only referring to people who could keep their plans before the law was passed, and that wasn't the deal. So we've gone from President Obama saying you can keep your plan no matter what, Democrats in the House saying that, Democrats in the Senate saying that, to, well, there's a caveat of if you had your plan before the law was passed, and now you have Nancy Pelosi also throwing in the if. And so I do think that they're being dishonest when it comes to finding out what's in the plan. The Democrats knew that people would lose their plans. It was written in the law, and yet they went on for 3 years up until this point and said, you can keep your plan if you want to, and we've seen that that's not true.
Kirsten, you want to have a crack at that quickly? Then I want to talk quickly about the politics, and we've got to get back to a breaking news story.
Yeah, I'm not sure what people knew. There's a question of whether or not they did know
what they know now. I think it's as confounding as ever, Kirsten, right?
Yeah, but I also think it's a really flawed argument to say, oh, we have to save everybody from these so-called substandard plans, which a lot of them are not substandard, but only if they're after a certain date. But everybody else can keep their substandard plans. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
So
Stephen Hayes just argued 30 minutes ago that more Democrats are going to jump ship. Katie, in a word, yes or no?
Absolutely, yes.
Kirsten, you believe that?
Yeah, if they can't get this fixed somehow, people, I think, are going to start freaking out.
All right. Thanks to both of you. We've got some breaking news in the Midwest and important stuff as well. Kirsten Powers, Katie Pavlich, thank you.